Alright, Brush Monkeys, welcome back. And this week we're starting in on a project that I was kind of excited about. This is the first time I've heard of Reaper doing a miniature of somebody else's D&D character. This is Holly Monster and Finn are the characters, and they're available. Hang on, I got my notes here. Number 04045 from Reaper.com for $8. And I had the privilege of chatting with Holly Watson, who is the creator of this character. It's her original character. It is a Tiefling Paladin for a 5th edition D&D campaign that she plays. Finn is an Arctic Fox. Here's Finn. And this miniature was sculpted by Christine Van Patten for the Kid Heroes Minis line for Reaper. Holly paints on Twitch, and I'll put a link up in the video description. It's Twitch TV/Holly Monster. She's a really talented artist, really fun to talk to. This was a little short interview, but it was fun to get to chat with her and go over this. To make sure I'm doing this justice, Holly Monster has fairly bright colors. So I'm going with bright green. Like I said, she's a Tiefling Paladin, so I'm going with bright green for the skin, purple for her hair. Her armor is blue with silver trim. I've got Wraithbone and the Snakebite leather out for her leathers. And her eyes are going to be purple. I've got this, it says sample paint, it's Drew Nipple Pink is what it's called. It's like a really dark kind of purplish gray. And then I'm going to highlight it with this, with what I call Beastmouth Purple, and then give it a black pupil. Because Finn is an Arctic Fox, he's going to be really easy to paint. He's basically just going to be Apothecary White with blue eyes. Got a blue here. And because he's an Arctic Fox, I thought it'd be appropriate to go with a snow-themed base. So the bases are going to be Cygor Brown over the texture paint, and then I'm using Army Painter Battlefield Snow Flock in patches and Tundra Tufts here and there too. Like she might get one. And then the base band is going to be purple to match her hair. So I think this is going to be a really fun project. Like I said, I've been looking forward to doing this one for a while. I've changed around my schedule to fit her in where I could, and move her up, move her back, do it as 2 separate videos. And I decided, since Finn was going to be a really quick and easy paint, I'd just do it as one. And so here we are. Now we're finally putting brush to figure here. Again, shout out to Holly Monster on Twitch, Holly Watson. Like I said, I will give a link to the video description. I'll also put up a title card on here to show you what the title is if you want to write it down. So yeah, let's get started. I'm gonna shut this off and get started painting. See you soon. Bye. Alright, Brush Monkeys, we're back with Holly Monster and Finn here, and I realize Finn doesn't look terribly different because he was already primered white. But let me get the focus background in on this guy. I gave him the brush of Apothecary White. Gave him that kind of gray shadows in there. And then gave him a very heavy dry brush of Praxetti White to bring back out that white Arctic Fox look. And then his eyes were Reaper Andorran blue with a little bit of a very pale blue that I had left over from another project or still in the wet palette for the pupils. And I think he looks pretty good. So for all intents and purposes, Finn here is done. I just got to do his base. I knew he was going to be a quick paint. He's an Arctic Fox. Not a whole lot going on there. Holly Monster here. I got the skin done. And I am really stupid happy with how it came out. Especially the eyes. Really, it's kind of a subtle effect, especially from a distance. But the purple eyeshadow helps. But I did the skin tone in Scale 75's Fantasy Games Surfer Orc Flesh, and then I gave it a wash of Coelia green shade, and then layered it with this, and then highlighted it with a mix of this and Gauss Blaster green, and then just hit the very, very highest highlights with the Gauss Blaster green. So just her forehead, her nose, the tops of her cheeks, the tips of her ears, that kind of thing. Got the full Gauss Blaster green, and I think it really came out fantastic. I think it looks like her skin's glowing. Got her lips painted there too. You can't hardly see that, but yeah, it's a subtle effect, but I think it looks really, really fantastic. She's got just a hint of a smile on that sculpt, and it's picked out by that paint. It looks really fantastic. I also realized that she has horns as a tiefling going into this, so I got out the skeleton horde for her horns. I'm going to do those in wraith bone and skeleton horde. But yeah, first I got to do her hair. Really happy with how the eyes turned out. I was not expecting the drone nipple pink and the what I call beast mouth purple. What is it? Murderous magenta from P3, and then the black pupils. But they all three kind of blend into each other, and she's got kind of a sly look to her face. She looks really good. I really like how she's coming out. I hope Holly's happy with it when it's done. But yeah. What was I saying? I'm going to pause here and do the hair and get on with that, and then we'll go from there. Alright, see you soon. Bye. Alright, brush monkeys, we made some more progress on Holly Monster and Finn here. As you can see, I got her hair painted. Looks really good. It also brought out that she's got two little things like right there at the base of her horns that look like barrettes that I think I'm going to paint them silver when I do the trim on her armor. And I did some very subtle things that I think you can really make it pop. As you can see, I dry brushed her eyebrows too. The eyebrows are purple. I did just a little bit of the same lavender dry brush on the outskirts of her eyes, here and here, which you could just barely see, but it makes a difference. And of course made sure I got these little strands of hair on the side of her head with the purple. So she's looking really good. Her armor is next. Her armor is going to be blue with silver trim. I'm going to base it with the Reaper Master Series Ultramarine Blue, highlight it with this Andorran Blue, and then the silver trim is going to be Reaper Blackened Steel with a highlight of Reaper Pathfinder Crusader Silver. So it kind of looks like that. So I think it's going to look really good. The other thing I did, since I was working on them, is I went ahead and did the base for Finn here. It's not done. I just did the contrast paint on there, the Cygor brown, so you can see how dark that brown is. I'm going to lighten that up a little bit when it dries with some Sylvaneth bark dry brush, and then do the tufts and the snow on there. So it's not going to be that dark brown, and he's not going to look out of place. The base band is also going to be purple. As you can see, I kind of already did the base band on her because it was the same color on the hair. I'm going to do a few more layers on that because you can see where I've kind of scratched it off already and where it's not real thick. So that's going to get layered on after I do the brown on there. But I just wanted to put that on there as a base coat to make sure I liked having a purple base band with the rest of the figure. So yeah, she's looking really good. I'm pretty happy with how she's coming out. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here and start in on the armor. Alright, see you soon. Bye. Alright, so I got her armor based, well, the blue parts, based and highlighted, and they're looking pretty good. And I also painted the hilt of her sword, her little hair barrettes, and the star thing on her shield, just the diamond part, gold, just to give her a couple of gold accents. I thought that looked good against the purple and the blue. Her sword, of course, is going to be steel. The rest of those accents on the shield are going to be steel highlighted with the silver. She's still got the trim on her armor to go for the silver, so I'm going to do that next. But she's coming along pretty good. I really like how she's turning out so far. I may put a little bit of Seraphim Sepia on the hair barrettes, and the sword hilt just to bring out some of that detail. Oh, the grip on her sword also painted purple to match her hairs because I kind of figured that was her thing. Thought that looked kind of cool. So yeah, she's coming along pretty nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and take a break here, and then I'll go do the steel trim on her armor. All right, see you soon. Bye. Alright, I'm pretty happy with the progress I'm making here. I got all the silver trim on her armor painted and highlighted, and she's looking pretty spiff. Got the sword all done there. So all that's left now is her leathers and her horns, and I'm going to base both of those in Wraithbone here. The horns are getting a coat of skeleton horde, and then the leathers will get snakebite leather contrast paint. And the leathers are really just her belt, her bag there, and the straps on her shield. So yeah, she's coming along really nice. I'm really happy with how she's turning out so far. So I'm going to pause here and go make some more progress. Alright, see you soon. Bye. Alright, brush monkeys, I have a confession to make. Every so often when I'm painting something, I realize that I am a goddamn idiot. And this is one of those times. Like, I don't know why I didn't make the connection earlier, but as I was painting as I was base coating the leathers and the horns, I was painting up around her horns, and I don't know if you can see this or not, she's got these little, in addition to the barrettes that were what I thought were barrettes on either side of her head, she's got like these little kind of what I thought were bone protrusions at first, until I painted them and realized they were right next to the barrettes. Kind of look like leaves, and duh, it's holly leaves and berries. Holly monster. I'm an idiot. So I need to wait until the Wraithbone dries, and I'm going to repaint those leaves green and the berries in red. I don't know why I didn't make the connection to Holly Monster. I thought it was just her name, Holly. That they would put actual holly leaves and berries on her freaking head. So yeah, that happens. Sometimes you come across something and then you realize, oh, that's what that's supposed to be. All right. And you got to repaint it. So just want to point that out, so when the rest of the video shows those as green and red and I'm just moved on with that, that's why. Because I'm an idiot. Sorry. Alright, I'm just about done with this girl. You can see I got her horns done. They look really good. I got the little holly sprigs and berries. If I can get it to focus. Little holly sprigs and berries painted and highlighted with a little bit of niblet green. Excuse me. And I got her base painted and the base band painted. So now I just got to wait for that contrast paint to dry, and she'll be ready to do the basing. So I think the next time you see this girl, by the way, I got the fox painted too. I got to do another pass on the base band. There's a couple little paces I missed. But yeah, those two are pretty much done. I think the next time you see them, they're going to be completely finished. So stick around and we'll see what they look like with the snow effects and tundra tufts on. Alright, see you soon. Bye. And there they are, ladies and gentlemen, our finished Holly Monster and Finn. I'm pretty happy with how they came out. They got the snow on the bases, they got the little tundra tufts going on there. They look pretty good. I'm pretty happy with them. So I'm going to go ahead and call these guys done and wrap up this video. Thanks for watching, and tune in next week. I got a really cool project coming up. I think you're going to like it. I'm going to try something a little different outside my comfort zone. So I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hey Brush Monkeys, Tom from Flying Monkey Studios here. If you like what you see, click like down below. If you want to be notified when new videos come out, go ahead and click subscribe. It's like over here somewhere. right there. Those will both help with my YouTube numbers and bring me that much closer to monetizing this channel and being able to do what I love to do full time. If you want to get your hands on some of the miniatures I painted here, visit our Instagram and Tumblr pages. I post pictures of both of those on a regular basis. I post videos on TikTok on a regular basis, mostly to direct traffic here to the YouTube channel, but you know, there's some other stuff there that's kind of cool. So go check that out. And if you want to show some love for your favorite monkey-based miniature painter, go check out our merch store at storefrontier.com/flyingmonkeystudios to get our t-shirts, sweatshirts, long sleeve t-shirts, can cozies, aprons, face masks. We've got all kinds of stuff there in a bunch of different colors, including tie-dye. We've got some tie-dye shirts on there if you want to check that out. So go check that out. Go check us out on our other social medias and follow us on Twitter for updates on the channel as well. And thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye.